We all know that black sheep misfit complex exists. Find it in many families. There's always a misfit, the one who feels different, the one who doesn't follow the standard religious belief, cultural belief, questions the system. Sometimes the parent or parents, and the highest sense of individualism. We can go on and on, but the video is not really about the difference in a black sheep. It's about how I've noticed as a reader, there's preferential moments of black sheep, and it's predominantly when people are trying to express the victimhood and the struggles of being a black sheep. But I've never seen that behavior in a positive sense, because you're not a black sheep preferentially only when there's negative things that happen. You must be different irrespective. And I've just found that there's black sheep, people who are definitely different, but then they eat like white sheep, think like white sheep, live and have jobs like white sheep. And if you were a black sheep, you're not just a black sheep in how you process trauma, how you pick up patterns within the family, how you recognize choice as opposed to determinism. You are black sheep in all aspects, meaning that you must be eating different, like a black sheep. You can't eat what everybody else eats. You can't be stagnant like everyone else. You can't think in a collectivist way like everyone else. You must have your own journey in how you perceive health, mentally, emotionally. But I see a lot of black sheep depending on white sheep philosophy, thinking, process. You were black sheep, but you're eating at McDonald's. You were black sheep, but you know that maybe the religious path is not yours. Find maybe another one, or find a path that is linked to spiritual belief, whether it's Zen, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Shinto, whether it is the Vedas. The point is, if you're going to be a black sheep in the full spectrum, and not just when it suits you to describe your victimhood. There is a full spectrum of this individualism and uniqueness that shows up in creativity, and then you call it a creative genius. Creativity that shows up in sports, then you call it a flippin' amazing sportsman. And so in many other areas, and it's always backed by an entrepreneurial spirit, not just in a business sense, but literally in just a sense of your connection to how we operate on this planet is different. But you can't go processing life and eating like everyone else. You can't think that you're going to get to your full black sheep potential if you're out here in a job like everyone else. So one of the things I've noticed as a reader, when these people turn to, doing readings with someone like myself, their stomachs are always messed up. So the confidence to be what they are originally, naturally, natively, is gone. So there's an existential codependence on something else being a confidence, but it always goes south. So if a misfit, a black sheep, the one that's different in the family, they can literally hit the peaks of business, have a successful flippin' house paid off, car paid off, even go travel to places that no one ever has traveled to. They can succeed in any venture and maybe really do well, but literally they'll still feel empty, as if they've achieved nothing. So the idea of enough is never fulfilled. They will get the PhD, get the masters, get the titles, the most senior titles, especially if these are Virgo stelliums, Aquarius stelliums, these people, misfits. They can do all of that and then feel empty. And the stomach just don't feel right. Relationships, their relationship with relationships, touch and go. And then I'll say, of course, black sheep, you were only practicing this black sheep idea in one area, but in all aspects of your life, you must go into this expression of yourself, and it's a journey. It's not something you can say, oh, I know myself at the age of 46 after achieving all that society wants you to achieve. You know you're rebellious to that theme anyways. So then we must endeavor, what is this difference? And how does it proliferate across variety in life and choices in life? And choice is that key. I don't know if people know that, if you're a black sheep, choice is your thing. And it's sometimes in a harsh way, but there's also revelations when you realize choice and milk choice, true choice of individualism, uniqueness, a point of difference that no one else sees, only you, black sheep. But that road is quiet. It's not sustained by outside validation. It's by inside validation, which is why I say your serotonin levels must be high. Your vitamin D must be high. That means you must connect to the sunset and sunrise. And then you will have that validation in a bright yellow in your solar plexus. Confidence, solar plexus. Creativity, solar plexus. Intuition, solar plexus. So that's all the stomach. And a black sheep without a strong solar plexus is just a vessel for outside expectation. And only when you feel like being a black sheep, you want to be different. But not in the creativity, the opportunity, we've never seen this before. And that's what you are to your families. We've never seen this in a while, maybe in a generation. And you just are what you are. But you must be that out there also, so you can teach the outer family, that which is not your primary family. You can teach your culture about this idea of just a point of difference. Because once you get that understood in your family, it starts rippling out into the greater ecosystem, a macro system. And they start realizing, hey man, there's humans that are just born different. And 9 times out of 10, they got some other intuitive gifts. I mean, it's listed there in the Bible. It says those who will just know when they don't know how they know. Those who have a language, they speak in another language. We don't know how the hell they speak in another language, but someone else will understand them because that's their gift. And the other one will have gift of prophecy. He don't know how he know, but he know. And it's normally you, black sheep, that have these beautiful intuitive experiences. And I'm like, now nurture that shit. How do we nurture that shit? It's by eating according to that black sheep diet, moving the body in flow according to that black sheep philosophy, and allowing ourselves to really just explore the spectrum, the kind of quality music we listen to, the instrument we play, the how we're curious about whatever we're curious about, and endeavoring it in that uniqueness. Because that's where the genius lies. And if that stomach of yours talks to you and tells you, this is where I must go, you don't know why, but it's like when people come to me and they say, Nathaniel, I don't know why, but I just booked with you. I say, do you know what's going to happen? They say, I have no idea. All I know in my stomach is that I must book with you. And I say, now that is good. Because then me also, I don't know. And we're going to find out together. And this must happen in various levels of your life. I don't know why I went down this road, but I went down this road. I don't know why I felt like I needed to leave this relationship, but I just left. And then later on, I realized blah, 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 blah. There's so many moments like that are occupied by a lot of you black sheep not being fully black ass sheeps. You still want to be white sheep when it suits you in how you eat, how you show up, how you talk, how you pretend. And I'm like, keep pretending. Black ass sheep, I know you are black sheep. Keep pretending. See how long you can play the game for. Because they're by the mental health. A black sheep can't pretend. You know you can't do it with your family, and that's why that point of moving out, being on your own, you become super independent. But that's where the enough. If you don't get that enough, when you go too far in that masculinity, then you lose that black sheep. Then you become what the collective is. And I say that's gonna eat at you, and no one will know. No one will know because you'll mask that shit very well. So I'm just reminding you, my dear black sheep, be authentic to who you are, true to your stomach. But if you know your stomach is useless, for 6 weeks, just follow the sunset and sunrise. Look into that beautiful sunset and look into that beautiful sunrise. Let that melatonin start moving. There's no harshness with this light in particular. The first 5 minutes, first 3 minutes of that sun coming up. Look into that sun by yourself without the without the phone, just you and the sun for 6 weeks back to back every single day. And we'll start developing a nice regulation of serotonin in your stomach, equivalent to what you get off microdosing. So that's why you have to have a gentle morning and a gentle evening. There's none of this quick, fast. Your relationship with time must shift, black sheep. Again, you can't be moving and talking as fast as everyone else, moving and thinking as fast as everyone else. You will black ass sheep. You're gonna ruin your nervous system, useless spine, poor sleep. And I'll say, don't blame the people. As yay, you must learn to be who you are, but you must come into a strong stomach to believe that first. And a lot of black sheep don't want to believe in their stomach because no one validated what they know. And I'll say, that's initiation, man. That's part of the just because we went through it, we're going to do it to you kind of policy here on earth. It's an initiation. Don't take it personal. Come into yourself. You're a genius. And maybe your dad or your mom didn't tell you, but I'm telling you, there is unused potential that's sitting with you, and you are yet to use it. Don't use this white sheep mentality. You know it's not working for you, and it's deteriorating you in whichever way it shows up in your life where you're pretending and acting. Leave the stuff in faith and go into that uniqueness. I was the black ass sheep I was a comedian once. Go ask the comedians. I was a black sheep. I didn't vibe. I didn't connect. At work, I struggled. I struggled in a 9 to 5. Ask them. I was a black sheep. I sat in my flipping car, literally having breakdowns. It didn't make sense. Did I know what I want to do? Hell no. I had no flipping idea. But I just knew this thing don't feel right. It never felt right. I knew there was just a difference. I'm in the family. I'm the eldest. I'm that point of difference. I'm a bloody Pisces. I'm left-handed. You know, all the things that could be to be different. I am that I am. And it's only when I realized to release, to surrender, to endeavor, who is this Nathaniel, this unique soul in the spectrum of being a black sheep. And so I started realizing, hey man, there is most untapped potential here. Yay! And now look, I live in lightness, truth, and surrender. I take no preference in victimhood. I let good and bad happen. I dance with both sides. I don't take nothing personal. I allow myself to feel negative and positive, but I stay in none of those places for too long. I'm a black sheep. I don't live like other human beings. My unique experience is already embedded because of who was there before me. There's a point of difference for a reason. You who are different in how you perceive life, how you live life must then also equally match that point of difference. And this is where your deliverance, your revelation, and your release happens. And so they will look to you like a lighthouse. Whilst everyone is turbulent in the ocean around you, you are the black sheep, the lighthouse, the place that sees beyond the emotions, that which is beyond the physical body, beyond the mind. You sit at the top. You sit at the top. But you have to be different. And you have to surrender in what that means, as long as you're guided by your light, your stomach, your faith. That which you know is true, even though you don't have anything externally validating it. You know what I'm talking about.